TK Kirkland show. Yeah. Wait. Hey, don't let them play you. I'm trying to save you. If somebody use your time, make sure they pay you. Pay attention, really listen, I hope you understand. Execute your vision, go and get it, be a man. Save your money, motherfucker, for another day. We got the book and the album on the fucking way. This generation is full of hate. Always worrying what the next man making. They never want to see the next man make it. 2018, let's have a gangster conversation. Like how to treat a woman, take care of your kids. Gotta take responsibility for what you did. I do it to inspire, take your mind a little higher. Like her name on the degree, not her name on a flyer. Yeah, boss moves, we just doing what a boss do. We own now and we off you, it's true. The TK Kirkland show.
Look your ass up, TK Kirkland.
Holy shit.
Yeah, what you doing in bed this early?
Oh, man. Tired, man.
Man, how old are you?
37.
Oh, yeah, you supposed to be up, nigga. What you doing? Can you talk?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. I can't. I thought I was dreaming for a second there, man.
Yeah, I do make dreams come true, my nigga. Yes,
Hey, I hope I had to pinch myself, but I hope so.
I make dreams.
Man, you talking to me right there like you was my dad for a minute, man.
Yeah, I just got that vibe, yo. A lot of dads out here that people shit.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you?
Oh man, a lot of stuff, man. Shoot, just to start, I was working my job, and I work for Amazon.
Right.
And I was driving a truck that we have from one distribution center to another.
Right.
And this Uber driver made a left into my truck and hit my driver's side in like the middle of the truck, causing me to spin out and spin out the truck and got me hurt and stuff. So at first I didn't go to the hospital or anything, but later on I went and got checked out, and so I'm in the middle of that right now. And everybody I'm talking to is like, man, you about to get paid, man. You about to do this, you about to get that. And I mean, I tell you, parts do hurt.
Right.
And I'm trying to make sure that I'm gonna get taken care of. But I got two different lawyers now. I got one who's gonna represent me for my workers' comp, and then one who's gonna represent me for my pain and injury, you know. And I'm just trying to stay on top of them to make sure that they're doing what they're doing. I already went to a physical therapist. They got me seeing a chiropractor.
Yeah, it takes about a year. How much did this happen?
This just happened recently, man.
Yeah,
like
2 weeks ago. Yeah, you got about a year, maybe 2 years. The thing, even though you're hurt, and you're injured, the thing that you want is life. People have accidents, people get hurt, and what you're saying is part of life. That unfortunately, if something happens to you, yes. Do you want to take advantage of a certain situation? Yes. Deep down inside, do you want to? No. But the opportunity that you're doing, right?
Right.
So you got to take advantage of it. This is what I call getting your piece of the hustle out of life.
And TK, man, I can't even believe that I'm talking to the man with the plan, because you don't understand how my life has gone, man. I got a roller coaster ride. I could probably write a book, because I got so much in common with you. I've been a hustler all my life, man. I worked my way up through college. Yes. I didn't graduate, but I had worked my way into a job on Wall Street, man. I worked for Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, and
Now, what year did you work for Morgan Stanley? How many years?
I worked for Morgan Stanley for about 2 years.
Okay, there was a girl that I used to, we were about to start dating. Now, she died in the World Trade Center in New York.
Wow.
She was fine as hell, my nigga.
Yeah, I worked up there for about a year, right there in Times Square.
Yes.
Man, and I was an intern up there. That's
Okay.
how I got the job. And I mean, I hustled. I used to work in the mailroom, right? And one day, it's just a quick story. One day, the manager, he looked like this guy, Gordon Gekko, man. He had the slick back hair. He was like, "Man, where's your suit jacket at?" So I just had on my dress shirt.
Right.
And I said, "Let me go grab it real quick." He said, "I need you to go interview with this power group upstairs because I've been telling them I'm going to get them an intern, but I ain't been looking. So I just need you to go up there." He's like, "You're not going to get the job. I just need you to go up there." So I go up there, white dude, everybody hates him. Sit down, start talking. He said, "Where'd you go to school?" I said, "I went to University of Maryland." He said, "Oh, I went there too." So we started talking. He said, by the way, do you want the job?" I said, "Yeah, why not?" So I go downstairs and I tell Mr. Gekko, I mean, this guy is a legend in the business.
Right.
I said, "Hey man, just to let you know I got the job. I won't be coming back down in the middle." He was shocked. So
wow.
I work for this team, man, that were legends in the game for a couple years until I left there and went to go work for Merrill Lynch. And I worked for Merrill Lynch for a little while until a couple years ago, man. I kind of got into it with a female up there, and you know, she ended up getting fired. But
okay, when you say got into it, what happened?
So basically, nothing serious. Like we kind of bumped heads. So they put us in the same division and put me in a bank. And she was the manager of this bank. Okay. And she was like a terrorist at that bank. Like, I mean, all the employees were scared of her.
Wow.
And but they put me in there too because I was a financial advisor.
Right.
For Merrill Lynch, and they had just started a program where they was putting financial advisors in the bank, and so when I got there, she was trying to like boss me around, like she ran me, and she wasn't my supervisor, but she supervised everybody else. I mean, I used to see different employees, like she had employees in tears, like little girls in tears. So I reported. I didn't report, but I told my manager like what was going on. So her manager and my manager had a meeting, and she ended up getting fired. But what I didn't know was her husband, or her husband was like on top of my manager. So when I got in trouble for doing something stupid, which was they had charged my checking account for like $35 for like a fee, and I reversed the fee.
Right.
And I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to call like the customer, the employee hotline and get it done. And man, they fired me, man, just like that. And
but why wasn't you supposed to cancel the 35? I'm confused.
It's like you're not supposed to access the computer yourself and do it. You're supposed to call, or I could have had another employee there do it, or I could have had our employee hotline do it because they did it before. But they said, and I mean, they made it seem like I was a criminal. They was like, employee access, employer computer system to reverse the fee. But the worst part is this, is that because I was a financial advisor,
right,
I have what's called you have anytime you get fired, it goes on your record. It's like a stain. It's called a disclosure, right?
Okay.
And you have to register that with an organization called FINRA through the SEC.
Damn.
Right, and it's very difficult to get another job in the industry with something like that, because when you do, your new employer has to file paperwork, and they just don't want to do it.
Okay.
Right? They'll rather just hire anybody off the street, even though I got 10 years of experience. They rather just hire somebody who doesn't have that, so they don't have to go through it. So I got screwed, man. I really do, because most people who get something on their record is because they try to swindle somebody, or they try.
Right.
I got some bullshit, and I mean, I was 30 years old, making $140,000 a year, company credit card, trips, employee, expense account. I was taking people out to dinner and just writing shit. I was living a good life, man. I was one of the. I mean, really, I was a very big influencer. And I'm from D.C. They used to call me Mr. K Street, the Emperor, the Earl of L Street.
Right.
I was really in the mix and really doing a really big thing. And I mean, I had access to the mayor's office, man. I was hanging out with lobbyists, and when that happened, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I was embarrassed. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
For $35, my nigga?
For 35, and I mean, it's still something that I'm gonna try to pursue through the court system, because that's the only way you can do it. But it's so hard to find an attorney who's willing to take the case. And this case is not like my personal injury case where they can wait to get paid. I got to pay an attorney for this. It's an SEC securities attorney that I would have to find. And like I said, they're used to fighting bigger issues, but they get paid, you know what I mean? And you got to come up front, out your pocket. So,
how much you got in your pocket to pay somebody? Like, say, how much that type of attorney cost?
So I researched it, man. I don't know, man, like $5,000 to $10,000.
How much if I got you an attorney tomorrow, can you give him a couple thousand till you close your deal?
No.
So financially you broke.
Yeah.
All right, because I got an attorney, and he's in D.C. He's in D.C. and he's bad. I just wanted to make sure we could get him something. Like, he'll do it for me. Well, you could get the nigga $1,000.
Right.
Let's call the nigga on the phone. His name is Alani. Let's see if we could get him on the phone. Yo, it's your favorite client. Peace to the motherfucking cat. Listen, I'm doing my podcast right now. I'm having a client for you. I think that you'll be interested in this case. Give me a call just call my cell phone, and I'll patch you in if you get this message right now. I think you'll be interested in this. All right, later. Hold on, man. Okay, hopefully he'll call back.
Right.
Because it's late over there. You young kids be going to bed so early and shit. But I can't lie, yo. I had to lay down for a couple hours anyway, but I've been up since 4 a.m. I got up at 4 a.m. and on my bed. I had to do with my attorneys and get some stuff around the city.
Right.
All this type of stuff. I had to rest my body extra week before I start working out again tomorrow, because I go hard in the gym.
Hey, man, trust me, man. I listen to the show, and I've been on ever since you had the show. I've been on it. Had the podcast. I've been on it and trying to take your advice, and I've been in the gym because I had gotten kind of doughy working a job. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was living a life free lunches every day. I mean, people taking you out, man, and drinking a lot and just hanging out on all the spots. Man, I might even know your lawyer friend there. I knew a lot of attorneys. And
Yeah, his name is Jelani. That's his name. His name is
okay.
Jelani. Yeah,
All right.
very ambitious guy,
Okay.
doing his thing. You know,
Right.
I hire him on a couple of projects like for Showtime and
Right.
HBO. But he speaks like 9 different languages and shit. Bad boy. He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad dude. But I'm coming to your area. You're in Maryland, right?
Yeah, I live right outside Washington, D.C., about 5 miles outside.
What's that theater in D.C., the big one?
The Warner Theater?
No, not that one.
Is it the Constitution Hall?
Constitution Hall. I'm doing that the first week of November because my comedy album, Gangsta Conversation, my book, Gangsta Conversation, and my special drops October 26th. And I have my album release party at Caroline's with the Breakfast Club the 26th to 27th in New York. But then the following week, I know we got 3 dates. It should be going up real soon. We're probably after the summer we'll have the dates up. It'll be like, the TK Kirkland Who Raised You, because I didn't really still want to do Who Raised You anymore. Because my book was supposed to be called Who Raised You. But all the things that's happening in my career is falling in my lap organically. So even though I'm dropping the special Who Raised You October 26th, I'm really on some new material, which is Gangsta Conversation.
Okay.
Gangsta Conversation is the new shit that I'm getting ready to do. Oh, that Gangsta Conversation album gonna be gangster, yo. I did the remake of Orange Juice Jones Walking in the Rain.
Orange Juice Jones Walking in the Rain.
I Saw You Walking in the Rain.
Nah, I don't know that one.
Yo, when you get a chance, Google, go on YouTube or listen to the song, because that's what I did on this particular album. When I say it's smooth, it's some real shit. It's really going to change the game. Because I got my own lane in stand up, And what I mean my own lane is I'm not trying to be a rapper.
Trust
I'm
me,
not trying to be R&B.
I know you, and I know comedians. I know plenty. I mean, me personally, I thought I could. It's something that I could do, and it's still something I want to do. I've been to Comic Strip Live. My cousin performed there. I've been to Caroline's. I used to live in Brooklyn. I studied comedians from Richard Pryor to what's my man's name? The white dude, George Carlin.
Yeah, George Carlin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes when I drive, I just put the station on the comedian station, like the Richard Pryor station. I hear all the comedians.
Now, have you listened to Kevin Hart? You listen to Kevin Hart station?
Not all the time, and I do agree with you. He's not even.
No. That's not what I mean. He has a station that Jamie Foxx used to have, the Foxhole.
The Foxhole. I used to listen to the Foxhole.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he took that over.
Yeah, I didn't even know they could do that. That's awesome. So what I'm thinking is,
do your own thing.
No. What I was gonna say is they playing the hell out of my Who Raised You comedy album on that show.
I already listened to that multiple times on Spotify.
Yeah, that shit fire, yo.
It is fire, man.
Yeah, that shit fire from beginning to end. Non-stop. I took it in the ass on that one. That's gangster.
I listened to that. I probably, one of my favorite comedians of all time is probably somebody that you influenced is Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, even though it's crazy, I never met Patrice.
But I can hear, like, your influence in his comedy.
Yes.
Just because the way he delivers, you know what I mean?
See, because I came up with this particular style in 1985. Like, this style of comedy is really a spinoff of NWA. Really, when I started with Easy and all that, they was really influenced of me because they was talking that real shit.
Right.
So I just took that real attitude and put them out. So all these comedians now that you see that's doing stand up, that got the swag and the confidence, they'll admit, like D. Ray Davis, Corey Holcomb, they got it from TK Kirkland. It's cool. My goal now is because social media changed the game for me. I was happy with the way my career was going because I'm what you call a off the radar success. My street mind, the way I think, I really didn't like the limelight and get the attention that people were getting because I had one foot in the street and one foot in Hollywood.
Right.
And you can't do both. So during these years that was going on, there's a thing that happened called the tech industry. The tech industry created social media. Social media created podcasts and all these other type of things, right? Mm-hmm. That it broke down the wall for individual entrepreneurs, bosses like myself, who don't have to hustlers, who don't have to go through a middleman no more. So now with the Netflix deal, Amazon, all these other things I got going on, I don't need nobody. I'm my own boss.
Exactly. And I'll tell you something that I like about you is that, I mean, your career has been so long that I think most comedians who probably came in the game with you, not even around no more, or tailing off, and you picking up steam.
Right. It's all God's plan. Yeah. It's all God's plan, you know, and I'm not a religious buff.
Right.
I believe in certain things, and what I will call this, and I tell everybody this, is a thing called telesis. And it means progress intelligently planned.
Man,
so,
I never heard that one, but
that's what it means. So telesis, progress. Now, it took a minute, but I got what I wanted, and that was to be my own man.
Right.
If I'm going to put people on, I'm going to put people on. Like in your situation with this attorney thing, I know we can get the ball started on that. I know that I can get you back to where you want to be. I know this for a fact I could do it.
Okay.
Like it ain't even a question. That's like if you've been listening to my show, you see how I'm always able to call people and change their life.
Right.
Like that.
That's why I
tell you, wait. When I say change people's life, this is the motherfucker right now, the attorney. Hold on. This is perfect. Hold on. Jelani.
Hey, good evening. How's it going?
Doing fine, yeah, man. What, you sleep?
Nah, I'm awake.
You working?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm in LA right now, going to another meeting.
Okay, you got a few minutes. I got you on my podcast. I think I have an interesting job for you. I'm dealing with this gentleman out of Maryland. What's your name, fam?
Peter.
His name is Peter. Peter had a situation with Morgan Stanley. He had an SEC type violation for something like $35, yo, that they terminated him a few years ago. He's making $147,000 a year. And when he told me what area he was in and what he needed, I said, yo, I got the motherfucking attorney for you, and I know it. So, Peter, explain to him what is your situation, and then Jelani, you tell me, him, and the thousands of people listening around the world what you could do. Well, go ahead, Pete.
Well, Jelani, if you're familiar with FINRA rules and FINRA laws, it's called a U4 disclosure on my CRD card. And so what that is something that is very detrimental for me to find another job in the securities industry. When companies ask do I have any disclosures, I have to disclose that at that time. It's something very small. And what I've been looking for is attorneys that can represent me in that particular case. And what I found is that attorneys are only looking for those high profit or high value cases, and my case is not necessarily one of the cases that comes up a lot or that attorneys have a lot of experience with, which is why I haven't hired representation. And in DC in particular, it's kind of hard for me to find lawyers who deal with FINRA disclosures or securities lawyers that will take on a case like that. So I kind of just want to speak to an attorney and kind of get some direction.
Jelani, are you listening?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you at first because he was talking and you wasn't responding. And I'm like, I know you ain't that damn quiet.
I have my phone on mute since you are speaking on speakerphone. I didn't want to have any feedback.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I hear what you're saying. It sounds like you are trying to bring forward a case for a retaliation firing. Now, in this particular situation, there are a number of factors which come to head and are definitely going to be determinative in whether or not you'll be able to sustain a claim for that purpose. Now, without us having a written retainer agreement, I wouldn't be able to give you direct advice, especially over the phone, without us having a real talk and coming to an agreement for about fiduciary and ethical duties would be taken care of. But in a general sense, I can tell you that employment law does depend heavily on the type of evidences you can prove, especially for a retaliation firing or a discrimination case. So in that sense, you're going to need to be able to get something in writing that's evidencing that there's some type of prejudice being applied to you, or that you're fired for the specific reason which you're citing as the source of the retaliation.
Okay. Well, there are two things, because there's one thing about disputing the firing, but there's also the case of, at the end of the day, if I could just get the disclosure erased off of my FINRA record so that when I do go to apply for other jobs, I don't have to admit to that, and they don't have to make a record of that. That is probably what I think I have the most feelings about trying to dispute is the FINRA disclosure, because one, no client was involved, and then two, there was no I didn't take any money from anybody, so that's what I want to dispute. But if you could point me in the direction of the proper attorney that handles this type of case, not just employment. I guess employment law is one aspect of it, but I think that the other aspect of it is understanding FINRA rules and FINRA laws.
He can handle it. He's only that's why on the phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you tell me what the underlying circumstance was that caused you to get this demerit on your profile, on your FINRA profile? I'm not certain what happened. I know that you said there was a sum of $35.
Right. I mean, the underlying fact was that, I probably don't like to admit this, but there was a female that I was working with at the time who was, so basically I was actually working at Merrill Lynch at the time. Merrill Lynch had just started a new program where they put financial advisors into banking centers. And when I got into the banking center environment from a corporate environment, the manager thought that she was my boss. She was never my boss. I never reported to her, and I kind of was in her element and the element she controlled. We had butted heads several times, mainly because of the way that she treated her other employees, the way she tried to treat me, and the way that she interacted with some customers. So we had several meetings of which my manager would come in, her manager would come in from different districts and had to mediate between us. She was actually fired first, and then later on, I didn't think of it at the time, but I really think it was kind of retaliation. I was fired later, and then come to find out, her husband was a manager in the banking center, not in the bank, but in the banking, on the banking side. And I think that was heavily influenced in deciding for me to get terminated for a $35 fee. When I managed a lot of money.
Now, Pete, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off. Explain to him, because you're going around the block. So I want you to go right through the front door. Tell him that you did a transaction that you were supposed to transfer the $35.
So I was looking at my checking account one day, and there was a fee for an inquiry fee, and it wasn't something that I did. It was like fraud on my account, and it charged me $35. So I went in the system and reversed the fee, and that's how that was what determined whether I was terminated or not. And it wasn't until 2 months later that they came to me and said, "Is this something that you did?" And I said yes. And their side of the story was that the way that it's written on my disclosure is that the employee used company systems to reverse a fee. And for someone in my position as a financial advisor, as someone who has to report to the SEC, who also is a member of FINRA, whenever you're terminated, it's a stain on your record, and it doesn't go away. It stays there, and it makes it very difficult for you to find other employment. And not only that, so I got a job after that with another bank, and they found out, and they let me go just because I had that disclosure, and it's been very, extremely difficult.
So, Jelani, I'm sorry to interrupt me. So, Jelani, what do you suggest in a situation like this?
Well, in a situation like this, it is very true that in the financial world and in many different professions, anything like a disclosure or conviction is based on financial honesty and a fiduciary position will definitely be detrimental to your ability to gain future employment or to get into certain types of business, even with loans. But our issue here, again, like I said, is trying to find them in the wrong somehow. So if we do have any evidence of them singling you out for something that you were not wrong to do, or something that was a circumstance of the proceedings between you and the other manager that you had issues with, that might be an avenue for you to find some recourse and try to work with them in order to come to some type of settlement or conclusion. It is possible that you could speak with them through an attorney and potentially get them to alter your FINRA record and remove that disclosure. Now, that really comes down to having representation on your side and someone who's willing to fight as your advocate no matter what and really go to the max for you. So that's really the distinction between many attorneys and, some of the guys that really are willing to work hard and go the extra mile.
Right, and I think that's great information, and that's something that I've pursued. Well, to a certain extent, it's different. Going against large corporations like that, they have unlimited resources. They could take me, they could just postpone it for years, and take me to the cleaners, and it's just a drop in the bucket for them. They have lawyers on retainer that are, Wall Street attorneys who are, pit bulls. You know what I mean? You understand that, right?
Yes, I do.
So let me ask you a question. Is this worth it then? Because we're dealing with a very, very organized and very powerful situation. So, Jelani, from your professionalism, does he fight this, or is this just someone in reality he has to play the hand that he's dealt and deal with?
Well, I fought the big guys from the beginning of my career, and that's something I continue to do. And I oftentimes represent the little guy. That being said, it's really just about how much you value this. I know that you're in the financial sector, and it sounds like you want to remain there. It may be the only thing that you're able to do, and if so, you got to take it to the furthest extent that you can. At least to the point where it begins to become detrimental to you and puts you further back. So I would say that it's worthwhile to invest into retaining an attorney and to pursue trying to get this from your profile, and really just go as far as you can with it. Because it's good impediment to you, unless you, and if this doesn't work out, you have to just get more creative and be strategic find ways to insert yourself into the financial culture, insert yourself into business at a higher level, and brand yourself so that you can create leverage in the markets that you want to be in. And at that point, they won't be able to avoid you anyway. So there's different ways to see that. But, just speaking towards your initial question and to the former topic, I do think that it is a worthwhile endeavor to the extent that this is your mainstay and it's your practice, you got to stay on top of it and try to stay in it.
Right. No, I totally agree. It is something that I'm passionate about. It is something that, I've been in, that I've invested time and effort in, emotionally, and it's something that I really am passionate about. So, it was difficult to stop working, but it's something that I want to pursue. I've also, because of Mr. Kirkland here, I think I found a way to work around it through the IT side. So I'm trying to pick up some skills there where I can re-enter the financial business, but instead of being an advisor, kind of using my financial background with a new IT background, kind of creating a new lane for myself. It's something that I'm trying to do to kind of work around this issue. It's not easy, but it's something that I'm trying to do and move forward with. So that's one avenue that I'm going down, but I definitely want to go back and try to rectify what happened.
So what we do then is, Jelani, I'm going to give her your phone number. You guys stay in touch, see what y'all can put together over the next few months, or it might take a fucking couple years with Morgan Stanley. And we could rock. So I'll give her your number later, Jelani, and I hope things as well. Call me tomorrow so we can chop it up.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks
okay,
for
man.
the call.
Yeah, please stay on the phone. Okay, love you, man. Yeah, I know a little bit of everybody.
Trust me, when I woke up this morning, I wasn't expecting to speak to T to the motherfucking K, but when I listen and I hear you helping guys out, man, it makes me feel good. I never thought that it would be me, but I said, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of. Let me call my man who got
$35, yo. But I thank God.
Yeah,
I never really had a job.
Yeah.
Well, I would have knocked motherfuckers off because everybody is so fucking petty, yo.
It's petty, man, and I think that's what it boils down to. So what happened was, it was like a culture shock because I was coming from the corporate side and they were coming from the banking side. It was right around. It was after the financial crisis, and Merrill Lynch actually got bought up by Bank of America. So I was Merrill Lynch and Merrill Lynch employees and Bank of America employees never got along.
Okay. What? Even that's petty.
Yeah, that's petty because a lot of the Bank of America advisors got fired and they just hired all Merrill Lynch advisors. So they had like a bitterness towards us, and they looked at us, differently. It's just the way it was. So when they put me in the bank, they did not like that. They did not like me there. So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. So it's real petty. But the thing about it is that it's very difficult to deal with as well, And I still get like recruiters who see my resume and see my background, see what I've done, and they offer me jobs for. I could show you a email I got from a recruiter trying to hire me, for $160,000 job, and then the moment I let them know what happened, they change their mind. And
let me ask you a question. So here's the thing I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Let me say something to you, yo.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you gotta lie, my nigga.
My nigga, I did one time.
No, you gotta keep lying because you have a nice personality.
I'm a salesman, bruh.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Let me get this sorted out. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking.
I got you.
You gotta lie. Sometimes you gotta tell a white lie.
Right.
A conference go. I know everybody want to be honest. I know a lot of people listening, but the world is just not fucking fair like that. You
It's not.
You gotta know. Not when you use the word manipulate, it's such a hard word when people listen. Like, oh, he's a manipulate. No, sometimes in life you got to do what's best for you to fucking win because the world is not fair.
And I never always thought like that. But the older you get, the more you realize that that's how the world is, and you have to put yourself
not
first.
all the time. You just gotta
Right.
know when. It's like chess. You gotta know when to make that move.
Right.
So my point is this: keep lying.
Right.
Get hired. Somebody's gonna like you so much, they're gonna say, "Yo, I'm gonna help you fight this because I love your work." If you was white, my nigga,
Trust me, man.
If you was white, somebody would clean that shit right off immediately.
Oh man, it would have never gone that far.
And it never gone that far. So my point is, play the game of reversing and use psychology. Reverse psychology is I'm gonna keep lying and keep getting in here, still be the gentleman that I am.
Right.
And win.
That's what it's about at the end of the day, man. I'm trying to win.
Man, let me tell you something, dog. If I had to be honest on all the shit that I've accomplished in life,
you wouldn't have gotten this far.
Man, that's all I'm saying. And remember, some of the greatest people in the world was unbelievable. The Rockefellers, the Kennedys, they ancestors.
They didn't fly straight. They didn't fly straight all the time. They ended up straight.
Right.
Ended up straight, but they didn't fly straight to get there. Even Trump.
Right.
But he at the top.
And that's what I'm trying to say, yo. Even Trump, whether the Russians or whatever he did, it wasn't fair, but the nigga in office.
And he got money in his pocket.
Yep, he in office, yo. And the way, at the snail pace they going, the nigga might get convicted 2 weeks before he about to get out of office. The way they fucking going.
By the time they figure everything out.
Man, I ain't never seen a motherfucking indictment this damn slow in my life. I mean, we talk about over the years, and you acting like Donald Trump is a drug dealer, and like you can't catch him. You already know what it is. You already got the case. You got 4 people that's turning state evidence against the motherfucker, and you still can't snatch this motherfucker out of office?
He look like the Teflon Don, man.
He do look like John Gotti. And can't nobody hold a job with that. That nigga really think he on reality TV. He really think he on The Apprentice.
He fired everybody.
Nigga, he must have fired. I think he got 100 people on his staff. I think he on fire 97 people. Only 3 people are there from the first time. That's his daughter, her husband, and some other motherfucker.
Right.
And his wife don't like the nigga. She just puts her on the front.
You know, I think that's something that people don't even look at. That's something they don't really pick up on, but you can look at her face and just tell.
Yeah, I guarantee he ain't fucked her in years. I bet you right now we was at a dinner.
Right.
And I had a tux on, and I bet you was like, you know, happened to
you press the on her.
But he is while she got a drink.
She couldn't wait to leave.
Fly shit in her ear. You know, like, what you doing after this? Can you get away?
Yeah, you know.
Like, oh, can you get away? And she'll look at me like, are you teasing, motherfucker? And I'll be like, yeah, I see you heard about me. Oh my God, you here at the White House?
Cause she's fine, man.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's fine, and she's classy. She just caught up with a dude who got the money, and this is not what she signed up for. You can just look at her face.
This is what I call selling your soul to the wrong motherfucker.
Wow.
She sold her soul, and there's so many women in the world who go for power sometimes. but the man is an asshole, and they don't get treated right. And she has not been treated right. I bet that bitch ain't come in years. I could look at it, I'm an OG. I could look at it and see that bitch ain't had a good fuck where she got passion marks on her neck.
Right.
She can't find one of her eyelashes.
Right.
She I bet she, when she be coming off the plane, I'll be fucking that bitch on the helicopter. That way, we walk, we get off the plane and be coming down the steps, like her skirt will be like crooked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Her half a titty will be out. They will like, oh God.
Her mascara will be running.
Right. That's what you're supposed to do on the presidential plane and helicopter. What the fuck, yo? I'll be running the country and everybody's happy. Mr. President of the country. Yes, I'm extremely happy. I'm very relaxed right now. All niggas know I say I'm very relaxed. I'm very relaxed right now. I feel good. But,
I guarantee you, if you had this conversation in front of her, she would be shocked.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't believe he knows exactly what's going on.
I know exactly what's going on.
But it's written on her face, man. You can know she's not happy, man.
Yeah, and he's an ass. When you hate somebody so bad, you won't even. I bet you $1 million, right? When they lay in the bed, that bitch sleeps on the edge of the bed.
Damn. Hey, that's why you teach to the K, man. You know.
She sleep on the edge of the fucking bed. Right. And sometimes
she probably got a side dude, man.
Right. No, she ain't got a side dude. Too many Secret Service. Yeah, she can't do that. But see, I know Trump a bitch ass nigga, right? I know if she did give somebody else some pussy, this nigga want to start a war. He'll have that finger. I can't believe that you would fuck another official other than me. I am truly the best that you ever had. You've never had dick this good. This is the kind of shit that he would do.
Meanwhile, she's fucking the Prime Minister of London, and now he wants to start some shit over there.
Are you getting a piece of paper too? Before I'm going to give you Attorney Delani's number.
Hang on 1 second. Let me grab something.
You're a bad boy. You see, you know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's really good. A lot of attorneys do one thing. It sounds like he knows a lot about all different types of law.
Yeah, you're a bad boy, yo.
Hang on 1 second. Let me grab something here. And I appreciate your help with everything. I called you because I'm trying to finesse this insurance company still too, and I want to make sure that I get that. Maybe that's something Jelani can help me with as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm working with I love my black people. I didn't find a black attorney. I found a Jew attorney, and they seem like they know what they're doing, but
well, he's black.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, Jelani's black.
All right.
And to all my fans out there listening, unless you got a true legal problem, don't y'all dial that number because he'll hang up on your ass. I like to do shit on the air so people know that I'm official and that I'm not lying about what I do. You feel me?
Right.
I normally don't give a fuck. I just that's how I feel today. I want to make sure that people know I'm solid. That's all.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your help, man. And there was one more thing I wanted to ask you. I picked up on a lot of different things, and I have try to have a lot of things going on. I have a couple of people who I'm working with who are in the music industry here locally, and they always say, man, can you represent me? Can you help me get in the industry? And I have a guy who's really good who makes beats, and I was wondering, I know your son works for a record label. Is that somebody that you can connect me with just to make that introduction? That would
Well, let me tell you how I do in the music thing. In the music thing, I get so many people come at me, and I pretty much don't try to bother my son with too much, is because
it's so much going at him.
It's not that. It's that when I bring something, he really gets on it, and I truly find most people are not that talented. So what I can do is you can send me something to my email, and then we'll take it from there. And just remember, give me a minute to get back to you, because I'm working on my book now. I'm working on my special.
You got a lot going on.
And my album. Well, I just finished the album part.
And you're touring.
Well, it's touring for people who only go on the road once in a while. I work. I've been doing this since 1985. Yeah, touring is for people who go out once in a while. They go on most of the time, and then they go on the road for like 6, 9, 15 weeks. Yeah. I've been on. It was tour for me in 1985. It became work in 1988 when I was on tour with NWA, and I've been working ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been working ever since, yo.
And you didn't even plan on being a comedian. You just started doing it.
Yeah, it's just something. It was a freak accident that happened with me, Eddie Murphy, and Charlie Murphy. That situation, for some reason, led me into stand-up, and I've never looked back since.
That's how you know it's your destiny.
Yeah, I never looked back since. So now I'm glad that all the things that has happened to me in my life, I am able to make phone calls like to Jelani. I'm able to change people's lives. I'm able to still do my stand-up and still be a solid guy 1 week at a time with the TK Kirkland podcast. Looking forward to the album. Looking forward to the book. Looking forward to my special coming out, just to show the world what type of comedian I am. And that's all I need to be said. And then let everything else speak for itself.
That's it, man.
That's all I can do.
Great. I'm looking forward to the book. I think you got a lot of great information for everybody, really, for men and women.
Yeah, it's going to be a how-to type book, because everybody out here is just winging it.
Yeah.
And don't have a plan. And what I want to do is give people not no, like I said in other interviews, no biblical shit from the Bible.
Right.
I ain't going to say put God first and all that.
Right.
I'm going to tell your ass the true motherfucking facts in life.
Get up off your ass and get to work.
Right. And if you listen to me, you will get pretty much almost what the fuck you want if you listen and understand it's not a sprint. Some people it's going to be a sprint. Some people, somehow, some way in life, success just falls on their motherfucking lap. Then there's some people in life that got to jump through hoops and different things to get the achievement. And some people in life that it takes a lifetime maybe to get. With me, it took a lifetime, but with the lifetime in my world, it was worth every second of that effort. And that was the beauty of it. And then what people got to understand, everybody can't make it. It's true, yo. Everybody can't make it.
Everybody can't get on the party bus, man.
Yeah, everybody can't make it, but you can try. And understand if you can't make it, you still play the hand that you dealt, but you don't lose. You don't give up. You don't quit. You don't say, oh, I'm never going to be nothing. No. Success is you get 365 tries a year.
Damn.
You get 365.
That's crazy, yeah.
See, people look at those days differently. I look at it, you got 365 chances a year.
To make it.
To try to do what you need to do. 3 is better than 1, is better than 5. It's 365. And, you hear people say, oh, life is too short. Now, you just buried yourself.
Right.
I don't never say that. Life is long. Life is long, yo. Fuck that. I ain't saying shit about life is short. I ain't trying to leave this shit. Life is long. Right, you got 365. You got 365 tries. a year.
That's it. Yep.
That's my boy Pete. Stay in touch, my man. To the people around the world, everybody listening, you listen to T to the motherfucker K, my man Pete, on his episode, and hopefully we can change his life as well, too. So until we meet again, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at TK_Kirkland. Put the word out. Tell everybody around the world. Follow me. Make sure that you listen to the podcast, listen to the shows that I got coming up. And on that note, may your pain be champagne. Pete, take care of yourself. Make sure you call the attorney tomorrow, too.
Definitely do that, man. Thank you, sir.
God bless, family. One.
This episode of the TK Kirkland Show was produced by Chris Thomas, executively produced by Charlemagne the God. This is an official Loudspeakers Network production.